What's up guys, it's Dwood here, back again with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve the laminated eyebrow effect. So if you're curious to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So we're going to need the Got To Be Glued Styling Spiking Glue. Next we'll be using the Dipbrow Pommade in the color dark brown from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I prefer to use a liquid concealer that's about one shade lighter than my complexion. Then you'll need a foundation of your choice. Be sure to grab at least 2 spoolies, one to apply your product and one to blend it out. You'll also need an eyebrow brush. I like this one from Morphe because the bristles are really nice and stiff. A precise concealer brush is going to be essential for this eyebrow technique. And last but not least, you're going to need a fluffy blending brush, or you could even use your fingers. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys how to transform your brow from that to this. So I'm going to start off by using a little bit of the Got To Be glue to brush that through my brows and manipulate the hairs in the way that I want them to lay. Now this can take a couple of tries to get it the way you like, but the best tip I can give you is to take your time and use a little bit of product at a time. Now, to get that laminated brow effect, you want to brush your brow hairs up but at a natural angle. If you have thick and stubborn brow hairs that are more coarse, if you roll your spoolie in the direction that you want the brow hairs to fall, it'll help lay them down. I like to take a clean spoolie with a little bit of rose water on it just to loosen the brow a little bit so that I can be sure that I haven't applied too much product. I want the hairs to still look like hairs, and that's why I go back and forth between using my finger and the clean spoolie so that I can ensure that the hairs are not stuck to my forehead. I'm using my eyebrow brush in my Anastasia Dipbrow to add a little bit more shape, darkness, and dimension to my brow. It's okay if you do it a little too dark. I'll show you how to fix that a little later on in the video. Being that I want to keep my brow more on the natural side, I'm going to focus this product mainly on my tail and the arch of my eyebrow. So now that you have the general shape of your brow, now would be a good time to go ahead and grab your flat concealer brush and your liquid concealer and clean up the bottom of that brow. Now would be a good time to go ahead and fix any mistakes that you may have made or cover up any little small hairs that may need to be plucked. I feel like the concealer is the most important part of this technique. It really just makes the brow pop. Now, I love using a very small, thin, and precise concealer brush. As you guys can see here, I'm literally just using the tip of that brush to make a nice, clean, and precise line. Now, you don't want to just leave that concealer line there. You want to take a nice fluffy brush, or you can even use your finger and blend out any harsh lines that the concealer may have left behind. Now, whatever you do, do not forget this next step. So what you want to do is take a baby wipe or even a makeup wipe and use it to clean up any excess glue that may have gotten on your skin. I'm going back in with my Anastasia pomade to fill in any sparse areas in my brow. I also take this time to try to even out both of my brows to make sure that they at least look like they're in the same family and that they're not complete strangers. Now I'm going to use that same concealer brush to clean up the top of my brows, but this time I'm going to use foundation. I prefer to use my foundation for the top of my eyebrow, just so when I do the rest of my makeup, it blends in seamlessly. This step is basically creating a guideline to determine how thick or how thin your brows will end up being. Now, once you get everything blended out, you'll be able to see what your brow is actually going to look like, and then you can decide if you want to make any changes, clean up anything. I'm gonna go back in with my Anastasia Dipbrow just to thicken up the top of my brow to make it match the other side. The whole goal is to make sure that both brows are symmetric. So this next step is an absolute game changer. So I'm loading up that same concealer brush that we've been using with a little bit of my foundation, and when I say a little bit, I literally mean the smallest bit. And you're basically going to draw little hair-like strokes in between each hair, and you want to make sure that you're following the direction of your natural hairs. When you're loading up your brush with foundation, be sure to keep the bristles thin and flat because you want the hair strokes to look as realistic as possible. And you can add as many hair strokes as you would like. It's completely personal preference. Don't worry if you mess up. You can always go back in with your eyebrow pomade and fix any mistakes that you make. If your hair strokes are too bold, you can just use your finger to blend over the product a little more. This technique is actually really easy to do, and I feel like it suits all brow types, whether your brows are really thick or really thin. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that this video was helpful. Definitely try out this technique and let me know what you guys think. Alrighty guys, that is all I have for y'all today. I'll see y'all in the next video.